Remember when Thursday nights meant nerdy laughs, comic books, and Sheldon saying bazinga? The Big Bang Theory brought us science, friendship, and unforgettable characters we still quote today. It's been years since the show ended. So where are the stars now in 2025? Let's rewind the clock, spark some nostalgia, and see the cast then and now. Let's get started. Johnny Galecki was born on April 30th, 1975. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Leonard Hofstadter, the sweet and brainy experimental physicist who was always trying to balance science with social life, and his love for Penny. At the time of filming in 2007, Johnny was 32 years old. Already known for his role on Roseanne, The Big Bang Theory launched him to global fame. After the show ended in 2019, he returned to the Connors and focused on producing. In 2025, Johnny Galecki is still active in Hollywood and is 50 years old. Jim Parsons was born on March 24, 1973. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Sheldon Cooper, the eccentric, socially awkward theoretical physicist with an IQ of 187 and a deep love for trains and Star Trek. At the time of filming in 2007, Jim was 34 years old. His brilliant portrayal earned him 4 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe. After the show ended, he narrated and executive produced Young Sheldon and starred in several acclaimed films and Broadway productions. As of 2025, Jim Parsons is still going strong in the entertainment world at 52 years old. Kaley Cuoco was born on November 30th, 1985. In The Big Bang Theory, she played Penny, the aspiring actress turned pharmaceutical sales rep whose charm and wit balanced out the gang's nerdy dynamic. She was 21 years old when filming began in 2007. Already a familiar face from 8 Simple Rules, the role of Penny made her a household name. After the show, Kaley starred in and produced The Flight Attendant, earning Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, and voiced Harley Quinn in the popular animated series. In 2025, Kaley Cuoco remains a major Hollywood talent at 39 years old. Simon Helberg was born on December 9, 1980. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Howard Wolowitz, the aerospace engineer known for his flashy wardrobe, mom-related jokes, and surprising space adventures. When the show began in 2007, Simon was 26 years old. His comedic timing and unique character made Howard a fan favorite. After the series, Simon starred in films like Florence Foster Jenkins alongside Meryl Streep and continued working in both comedy and drama. In 2025, Simon Helberg is still active in film and TV and is 44 years old. Kunal Nayyar was born on April 30th, 1981. In The Big Bang Theory, he portrayed Rauch, the lovable astrophysicist who struggled to talk to women unless he had a drink. At the time of filming in 2007, Kunal was 26 years old. His charming and awkward performance made Rauch a standout character. After the show ended, Kunal appeared in series like Criminal, UK, and voiced characters in animated films. He also published a memoir titled Yes, My Accent is Real. In 2025, Kunal Nayyar continues acting and is 44 years old. Melissa Rauch was born on June 23, 1980. She joined The Big Bang Theory in Season 3 as Bernadette Rostenkowski, the tiny but fierce microbiologist who married Howard. At the time of her debut in 2009, Melissa was 29 years old. Her sharp wit, powerful voice, and comedic chemistry with the cast quickly made her a fan favorite. After the show, she starred in and produced the reboot of Night Court, taking on the lead role. In 2025, Melissa Rauch remains a strong presence in television and film at 44 years old. Mayim Bialik was born on December 12, 1975. She joined The Big Bang Theory in Season 3 as Amy Farrah Fowler, the brilliant neuroscientist who became Sheldon's soulmate. At the time of her debut in 2010, Mayim was 34 years old. Interestingly, she holds a real-life PhD in neuroscience, just like her character. After the show, she starred in Call Me Kat, hosted Jeopardy! For a period, and became a best-selling author and podcast host. In 2025, Mayim Bialik continues her diverse career and is 49 years old. Kevin Sussman was born on December 4, 1970. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Stuart Bloom, the socially awkward comic book store owner who often found himself caught up in the gang's eccentric world. At the time of filming in 2007, Kevin was 37 years old. Stuart's character evolved from a supporting role to a fan favorite, offering both humor and heart. After the show, Kevin appeared in shows like The Goldbergs and The Mindy Project. In 2025, Kevin Sussman is still active in TV and film and is 54 years old. Carol Ann Susi was born on February 2, 1952. In The Big Bang Theory, she voiced Debbie Wolowitz, Howard's loud and overbearing mother, though her character was never seen on screen. At the time of filming, Carol was 55 years old. Her unique vocal performance made Debbie one of the most memorable characters in the show, despite never being physically present. Tragically, Carol Ann Susi passed away on November 11, 2014, at the age of 62, due to complications from cancer. John Ross Bowie was born on May 30, 1971. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Barry Kripke, the arrogant and often antagonistic colleague of the main gang, particularly known for his mocking of Sheldon. At the time of filming in 2007, John was 36 years old. His portrayal of Kripke's snarky humor and pranks made him a memorable recurring character. After the show, John appeared in Curb Your Enthusiasm and The New Adventures of Old Christine, and also worked as a writer and producer. In 2025, John Ross Bowie is still active in TV and film at 53 years old. Laura Spencer was born on May 8, 1986. In The Big Bang Theory, she played Emily Sweeney, Raj's girlfriend, who was a dermatologist with a dark, quirky sense of humor. At the time of filming in 2013, Laura was 27 years old. Emily's relationship with Rauch added an interesting dynamic to the show, especially with her strong, confident personality. After The Big Bang Theory, Laura appeared in The Good Doctor and other TV series. In 2025, Laura Spencer is still active in television and is 38 years old. Wil Wheaton was born on July 29, 1972. In The Big Bang Theory, he played a fictionalized version of himself, often portrayed as a nemesis to Sheldon due to their past rivalry. At the time of filming in 2007, Wil was 35 years old. His role as an arrogant, sometimes villainous version of himself was both comedic and memorable, especially as a former Star Trek star turned geek icon. Beyond The Big Bang Theory, Wil is known for his voice work, podcasting, and involvement in the geek community. In 2025, Wil Wheaton is still a beloved figure in pop culture and is 52 years old. Brian George was born on July 1, 1952. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Dr. V.M. Kathrapali, Raj's traditional and often overbearing father. At the time of filming in 2007, Brian was 55 years old. His character's strict, sometimes humorous approach to parenting contrasted with Raj's more sensitive nature, adding another layer of humor to the show. After The Big Bang Theory, Brian continued to have a prolific career in voice acting and TV appearances, including roles in The Goldbergs and Family Guy. In 2025, Brian George is still active in voice acting and television at 72 years old. Christine Baranski was born on May 2, 1952. In The Big Bang Theory, she portrayed Dr. Beverly Hofstadter, Leonard's emotionally distant and highly intellectual mother. At the time of filming in 2007, Christine was 55 years old. Dr. Hofstadter's cold, no-nonsense demeanor created a fascinating dynamic with Leonard and Sheldon, often leading to hilarious and awkward moments. After The Big Bang Theory, Christine became known for her roles in The Good Wife and its spin-off The Good Fight. In 2025, Christine Baranski continues to shine in TV and film at 73 years old. Brian Posehn was born on July 6, 1966. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Bert Kibler, the quirky geologist who was part of the gang's circle of fellow scientists. At the time of filming in 2007, Brian was 41 years old. Bert's dry humor and distinctive presence made him a memorable recurring character. After The Big Bang Theory, Brian continued his work in comedy, voice acting, and stand-up, also appearing in shows like The Sarah Silverman Program and Mr. Pickles. In 2025, Brian Posehn is still active in comedy and television at 58 years old. Laurie Metcalf was born on June 16, 1955. In The Big Bang Theory, she played Mary Cooper, Sheldon's loving but extremely religious mother from Texas. At the time of filming in 2007, Laurie was 52 years old. Her portrayal of Sheldon's mother brought both humor and warmth to the show, often clashing with Sheldon's scientific views while still being his strongest support. After the show, Laurie won an Emmy for her role in Roseanne and appeared in films like Lady Bird and A Ton of Money. In 2025, Laurie Metcalf is still a powerhouse in film and television at 69 years old. Joshua Malina was born on January 17, 1966. In The Big Bang Theory, he played President Siebert, the university president who was a recurring character in the later seasons, often bringing a mix of authority and humor to his scenes. At the time of filming in 2014, Joshua was 48 years old. Known for his roles in The West Wing and Scandal, Joshua brought his sharp wit and timing to the role of Siebert. After The Big Bang Theory, he continued to appear in TV shows like Scandal and Sports Night. In 2025, Joshua Malina remains active in television and is 59 years old. Ian Scott Rudolph was born on February 16, 1975. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Captain Sweatpants, a quirky character who was one of Howard's friends in the later seasons of the show. At the time of filming in 2014, Ian was 39 years old. While his role was more of a minor but comedic presence, Captain Sweatpants' eccentric personality made him a memorable part of Howard's social circle. After the show, Ian appeared in various TV shows and independent films. In 2025, Ian Scott Rudolph continues to work in film and TV, now 50 years old. Aarti Mann was born on March 3, 1978. In The Big Bang Theory, she played Priya Kathrapali, Raj's sister who had a complicated relationship with Leonard. At the time of filming in 2010, Aarti was 32 years old. Priya's character added drama and complexity to the series, particularly with her romance with Leonard and her cultural background. After The Big Bang Theory, Aarti appeared in shows like Suit Up and The Mindy Project, as well as various films. In 2025, Aarti Mann is still working in television and film, and she is 47 years old. Brian Thomas Smith was born on May 13, 1977. In The Big Bang Theory, he played Zach Johnson, the lovable but somewhat dim-witted guy who briefly dated Penny and had a funny, laid-back charm. At the time of filming in 2007, Brian was 30 years old. Zach's character, though not a main player, provided some comedic relief with his easygoing nature and awkward moments. After the show, Brian appeared in a variety of TV series, including Two Broke Girls and The McCarthys. In 2025, Brian Thomas Smith continues his acting career and is 47 years old. Sara Gilbert was born on January 29, 1975. In The Big Bang Theory, she played Leslie Winkle, a physicist who had a brief romantic fling with Leonard and worked alongside the main gang. At the time of filming in 2007, Sara was 32 years old. Leslie's no-nonsense attitude and sharp wit made her a standout character, especially in the early seasons. After The Big Bang Theory, Sara continued her career with the talk show The Talk and appeared in shows like The Conners. In 2025, Sara Gilbert is still an influential figure in TV and is 50 years old. Rati Gupta was born on February 9, 1984. In The Big Bang Theory, she played Anu, Raj's girlfriend in the later seasons, who was arranged to marry him by his parents. At the time of filming in 2018, Rati was 34 years old. Anu's character brought an interesting cultural dynamic to the show, and her relationship with Rauch sparked discussions on love, relationships, and family expectations. After The Big Bang Theory, Rati appeared in shows like The Mindy Project and Lethal Weapon. In 2025, Rati Gupta continues to act in television and film at 41 years old. Thanks for watching. See you next time.